Guess what I did today, Ty?
What'd you do?
I bought new tires for the Miata.
Nice.
Don't tell Mom.
You know what's even cooler?
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. That's what's cooler.
Look at this. This is a new surrounding.
So, what it is it's a 2019 Dodge Challenger.
Challenger.
It's the SXT version with all-wheel drive, and it's the Plus edition. So it's got the Napa leather seats. It's plush. It's awesome.
Is the leather from the Napa region of California?
I do believe so.
Right from the hides of luscious. Do you have to be politically correct?
Probably.
All right. Leather.
Yeah.
From Napa. What do you think about the interior, first impression?
I really like it. It feels a lot like the Jeep we've driven. I like it because it's really soft. Everything's soft to touch.
The hood there's a lot in front of you.
Yes.
Initial impression, not in a bad way. There's just, it's not like you're driving a Camry or something. You got a hood there.
Yeah, it feels like there's a fair amount in front, but it's not a bad feeling. You just have to get used to it.
And this one not only is the Plus version, it also is all-wheel drive.
Yes.
For these reasons. So Ty, here we have the 2019 Dodge Challenger
SXT all-wheel drive.
and
Plus.
this is the Plus edition, which gives you some features. You're looking right just a notch under $32,000.
I think so.
So with the all-wheel drive, it adds $3,000. In this environment, when we get snow, feet and feet and feet of snow, this is probably the only muscle car, pony car, i.e. Mustang Camaro, that you can safely drive
In the winter.
in the winter. So what do we got for horsepower?
We got 305 horsepower.
And what does that equate into foot-pounds of torques?
286 pound-feet of torque.
Can you explain to the viewers what a torque is?
Well, I know how to explain it, but I don't want to get that technical and use my arms like a idiot on the channel.
Or he just doesn't know.
All right.
And we have, what else we got? We got 20-inch rims on this guy.
Yep.
And that comes with the Plus.
And they are pretty nice. They're a dark gray, and they match this car perfectly, especially with how the hood looks, with the stripes it has.
And the hood does look menacing. And those are actual operable intakes.
Which is actually pretty cool.
It
Most
is
cars
cool.
don't have operable intakes when they have them.
And those stripes run up through the roof and get smaller and smaller and smaller until they end.
Where it becomes one with the spoiler.
And I like it.
I do too. I really enjoy it.
What else do we got about the exterior of this car? The fuel cap.
The fuel cap's black on this one because of the Plus package.
I mean, I like the look of that. I liked too, I noticed this on the back of the spoiler. You got the 4, which means obviously that it's all-wheel drive, or that it has 4 tires.
I think it's all-wheel drive.
Okay.
Every
all right.
car has 4 tires. Some have more though.
I do wish, like most cars from the factory, this one is not bad, but that they would do something about the wheel well gap. I mean, they leave it really to the aftermarket tuners to get that gap real nice and pretty. But other than that, I think on this car it works very well.
Because you need that extra gap for the snow and whatnot that you're going to drive through with the all-wheel drive version of this car.
That is true. I like it. I like the look of it a lot. I think in this setting it looks really good in the winter. And like you said, you've been driving it all day and you get a lot of looks. You get thumbs up.
Yep.
You get a plethora of different opinions about the car, and I think
because everybody knows what it is and thinks it looks cool.
I was super excited for today for like probably 2 weeks since we decided to do this car, because I like it. I like it. Probably
I think it's my favorite muscle car by far.
I do like the new Mustang.
I like the new Mustang, but this is better.
This is better. I think the hood is really long and you have to get used to that. It's not like your
my GTI where I feel
where
like
your hood is about where the dash is on this.
Yeah.
But all right, well, what do you say we warm up and go show them something?
Well, I want to show you guys underneath the hood. It's really clean for a modern car.
All right.
It's really surprising.
Here we go. I'll let you do that.
All right.
The struggle was almost real.
Look at that. Most modern cars are just littered with electronics through them. This one's actually really plain.
It does. They cleaned it up nice. And you can actually see lots of the engine. Like, there you can get right to the alternator. So I feel like this is a car that you could do a little bit of wrenching on
yourself.
The oil filters nicely up on top.
Yep.
Easy if you were to change your own oil. It is really nice. So this is the V6 version, which you get with the SXT, right?
Yes.
You can get, they have 8 different models, a number of different engine configurations. But the only one I would say I would get besides this is I would get the Hellcat Red Eye.
Yes.
Because it has 797 horsepower, which, I mean, Jeremy Clarkson said, what did he say?
More horsepower is better?
Yeah. Horsepower!
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 Horsepower.
So I think the one thing that I like about the V6 that the V8 does not have, I like that you can get almost 30 miles a gallon.
Yes.
20 miles a gallon on the highway.
And I think it's just under 20 in the city, which isn't bad.
No, and I have heard and read a bunch of reviews about the V8s, and they can get a little bit drony and loud.
So it gets annoying. Yeah,
so this really is probably the option besides the 797 horsepower beast.
Yeah.
All right, what do you say we warm up and go inside?
Yep.
All right. Okay, you show me a Mustang or a Camaro that somebody can really pretty comfortably, my knees are touching, the seat's back at a very safe distance where somebody would be sitting there.
Yep.
So we're not exaggerating. It could probably go forward quite a bit more.
It can.
And that's the back behind the driver's seat. Not huge, but Tyler does like to have his seat back a little bit further too. So you show me a Mustang or a Camaro that has anything like this. The nice thing, the reason why this happens and the reason why the trunk has something like 31 cubic feet of storage is because what platform is this on?
The same platform as the Charger.
So you're getting a lot of room. A Charger is 4 doors. If you look at this, the seats are really that gorgeous Napa leather. You can also get it in cloth, but this really just looks good. You got Challenger up there on the dash. You got a little cubby for your phone. I do like the shifter.
It's a very nice shifter.
Nice.
It feels really good on your hand too.
You have very simple layout here.
You got these that control your temperature, and you can also do it up at the top on the screen. And volume's down here. You got the sport mode. You got your parking sensors, traction control, screen turns it off like it does in the Jeep.
That is a nice feature because sometimes when I'm tooling around, I just want it to be dark, especially I'm not listening to the radio.
Yeah, it's because you don't always need your screen on. You got your radio here. And you got more media. You can connect via USB, aux, or Bluetooth. This has Apple CarPlay. Climate controls here. You got more apps, just like you did in the Jeep, because it's on the same system as the Jeep. And you got a heated wheel.
Heated steering wheel is nice.
Yes.
Once you get one, you'll never go back.
Yeah, I put my hands on it one time with the steering wheel heat on, and I was like, I need this in my car. Then you get all your heat controls for your seats.
So you have heated and ventilated seats,
which is pretty nice.
So for a touch under $32,000, I don't think there's really many other cars that match this in luxury, in looks, in performance.
For that price, that gets all of the cars can beat it in one of those categories for under that price, but nothing can compare when you have all of them for that price.
And how about the steering wheel? What are we looking at there?
Steering wheel, it's your standard steering wheel. You got your cruise control here. You can flip through your settings on the dashboard with this part. You can talk at this point, and more cruise control and distancing.
And I heard that the blind spots are there are a lot of blind spots in this car because of how it's laid out. But the
blind spots, they're bad, but not terrible to where you can't just move to look around.
So there is a package. I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I think it's under $800, and it gives you lane change.
This has lane change.
Okay, so this probably has that $800 package. With lane change, it gives you like your backup camera. It gives you park assist.
As you can see, when I put it in reverse, the backup camera comes up.
So that's fantastic. I like the start-stop engine button. Every car now has that, but it's a nice feature.
Yep.
The one thing I really like about this interior is the simpleness of it.
I love the simpleness of it, and I really like this on the passenger vent. It says Challenger on it. And I don't know why I like it so much. Probably because it's just special. It lets you know what car you're in, and it's cool.
You know what else I like is the door handle.
Where it's way down there.
And just the shape of it. You can tell that somebody
thought about how it's going to feel to grab it.
Exactly.
Also, this one has a telescoping steering wheel.
And it's electronic.
I think it's all the way out. Yep, it was all the way out. It's all electronic. It goes each direction with it. And it's very nice. I wish I had one of those in my car, because you can always make the steering wheel the right spot.
The other thing that I like before we go about the interior, I do enjoy that the gear selector, it's not actually attached to the transmission, so it's really smooth. It's all electronic.
So you don't feel it biting each gear when you put it in.
However, as you and I both would agree, the one thing that we wish every car had is a manual transmission.
Yeah, it would be nice to be grabbing something and shifting at each gear.
But that's just our personal preference.
It's our personal preference.
All right, well, let's give her a couple, maybe a drive-by, and we'll chat on the way out.
Yeah.
All right. Overall impressions.
I enjoy driving this car.
I like it a lot more than any other American car that I've been in.
Me too.
I think it's cool. I would have always thought that I'd only want a Mustang.
I thought I would want a Mustang too until I drove this.
It's nice, and it's Still unique. There, I don't know how many they've made. They made a lot of them.
They have.
But a lot of them are different. It's kind of like
the 911 almost in a way, because they have a different variant for everybody's needs.
Right, yep. And especially if you like that classic muscle car look, feel, sound, somewhat of the smell.
Yeah.
You get it with this car.
Yes, you do.
I think this car invokes
some driving passion.
Yes, unlike, I don't think a Mustang really does that.
I think it just invokes you driving a little bit irresponsibly.
Right.
But this, like, I want to drive it because I enjoy driving it.
And the all-wheel drive, I think, is a huge plus here. So if you're into muscle cars or cars that kind of bring back your childhood or just that kind of feel, this is the car to get.
Yes.
Especially up north.
For sure. If you live down south and you don't get snow, get a bigger engine and really trick it out. But if you have to deal with the snow and you want to daily drive it, this is the car you get.
I think this V6 works wonderfully.
Yeah, it's fast.
Yeah, I think like most cars now, the steering is a little bit more numb than you and I would like.
Yeah.
But then we're pinching pennies here. We're
pointing out the flaws that don't really matter.
There. Yeah. So this thing I think is absolutely wonderful. I would probably get this exact car if I was to get one. I like the color.
The blue.
I like the stripes. I like the V6. I like everything about it.
It is a great car. I would recommend everybody that enjoys a muscle car to get a Challenger.
So if you're out there looking for a muscle car, grab a Challenger.
Yes.
This one's spoken for, grab a different one.
I don't think this one's ever going to be given up either.
Here is a new segment that I'm adding in. It's called
Go Fast?
Would You Add It to the Garage?
I would add this to the garage.
I would add it to the garage.
And it's got even a great sound inside. You know how most American cars, they dull the engine noise down?
Yep.
This one still is loud when you give it gas, but it is dull when you're going around. I can't hear the engine right now, but I'm sure as you heard, when I punched it, you could hear it.
Yep.
It's great.
I love it. Take one at least for a test drive.
Yes.
And see what we're saying. But as far as Turn 5 says, it's a garage car.
For sure. Yes, I would put this in my garage and daily drive it.
All right. Awkward high five.
And if you guys like the video, make sure you smash that like button. And if you want to see more of us, click subscribe.
All right. Till next time.
We'll see you later.